Hey girl.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, welcome back to Prattle Potion, or if this is your first time, welcome to Prattle Potion for the first time.
For the first time.
And for the first time. We are your hosts, or Prattle Potion hosts, Leia.
And Hilda.
Hell yeah, bitch.
Oh, hell yeah. So good to be back. So good to be back.
For sure, for sure. We took a week off, and it was because I needed a mental health break. We do be taking care of ourselves over on this podcast, and
Very
we do encourage people to take care of themselves. So taking a mental health break, let's normalize that shit. But we're back, and
we're back and ready for business.
Oh, hell yeah, bitch.
Oh,
so
yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I am still in a bit of a trance. I don't know if that would be like the right word, but I'm in a strange headspace.
I think it's the right word.
Yeah. Yesterday, from the day we recorded today, we finished the Let's Play of Resident Evil 8, which is also called Village, over on my stream, twitch.tv/Tazaz.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! And it was so good.
Yeah.
And I just cannot recommend that game enough. The storytelling, the details of the characters, everything is just so good. And we finished it after 3 streams-ish. And yeah, I'm still a bit strange.
Wait, what do you mean 3 streams-ish?
The Friday it was released, I had one stream, then I had a break, and then I started another stream during the evening. And then I had one stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. Okay,
yeah.
technically, yeah.
But it was
2 days.
Yeah. So I spent 12 hours on that, and it was totally worth it. I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
If I was mentally prepared, which I'm not yet. But yeah, so I'm still a little bit weird. I feel weird. I feel
shaken up.
Yeah, it's just like I said that to the stream as well. When you finish a really good book or like a really good TV series or a movie or anything, and you just feel so empty.
I think we've touched on this subject a little bit before when it comes to us and RPGs and how we get immersed and invested in a game.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that's very typical for people like us that get so invested. Like, you get this hollow feeling when you're like, so this is done? What was my life before I started this, even though this was 2 days ago? Like,
what am I supposed to do now?
But it was such a good game, and as I mentioned, I'm not a horror person. I've said this before in the podcast. I'm not a horror person, but Resident Evil has a really interesting plot line, and if you're not into horror games, I would definitely recommend you watching a Let's Play, because I would never play Resident Evil myself. I can't handle that stress, but the story and the characters, it makes it really interesting.
It's so good. And of course, yesterday after the stream, when I had eaten and stuff like that, I was like, I need to look up a little bit more about the story. So I watched a few other Let's Plays of it, to be honest. And I also realized that because when Resident Evil 7 was released, because 7 and 8 are story connected very tightly, while the other games and movies are pretty much just in the same universe with a few reoccurring characters, but not really story connected that tightly.
Yeah, but they're kind of like separate events still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when 7 was released, it was known to be like too gory, was too much, which I didn't even remember, but I kind of got like right, that happened when they spoke about it, but it was like known for being a little bit too much. And when it was released, and then Resident Evil, like the latest, I think, remake of Resident Evil was a little bit too action heavy as well. So they had these 2 games, and they kind of meshed them together into this game, apparently. So it was it still got that kind of really horrifying and gory and disturbing feeling, but still very action heavy, which kind of eases up on the tension, but also adds some kind of depth, I think.
Yeah.
Because this game, it was like, oh my god, the dull part. I'm not even gonna get started.
Don't. But I definitely feel like you need to make a Resident Evil episode.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, because we need it.
Yeah.
We need it for sure. And I still need to know. I'm still a bit fussy on some of the details. We're not gonna spoil anything, so don't worry.
Do you mean about
I'm still a little bit.
This game?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm still a bit fussy on a few things that happened at the end, so I think it would be cool to tie up the story of all the games and everything to have kind of a plot line. So
we could do that.
You know,
talk
that would
about
be a
7
really cool
and
episode,
then the storyline, how it leads up to 8 and how 8 plays out.
I think, yeah, and all about, like, I don't know a lot about the history and stuff about the other Resident Evil games, like the virus and all that jazz. So that would be a really cool episode for the future.
Yeah, I just can't stop. I had to like sit my fiance down in a chair and be like, can I talk to you about this for a while? Because I need to just talk about this for a while.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know what's happening though. And I was like, I don't care. Just act interested, and I just need to vent because
just listen.
This ending, man, there's so many things that got like, what? Really? And oh god, okay.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna have a Resident Evil episode pretty soon.
I would love that.
It might just be next episode, but I don't know.
I would love that.
It feels very like fitting because everyone is playing it now as well. So
very current. It's a very current event.
Yeah.
Because it was a big deal. It was a big deal in the gaming world, the release of this game. And if you look at Twitch, it's like one of the most popular games right now.
Yeah,
so
everyone is playing
very current for sure.
Yeah. But so yeah, I'm a little bit fuzzy still.
Yeah.
How are you?
I don't know. Can I? No, but I like I said, I had a mental health break, and I was really rough for a few days, but I took a new type of break. I usually take like a 1 day or 2 day off, but still kind of scroll on Instagram and stuff. But I kind of took like almost a week off of where I barely scrolled on Instagram, barely checked TikTok, like anything. And that was really well needed. I feel like I think it got triggered by one of my teachers, this depressive episode I had. Because I don't vibe with her.
Is it the teacher?
Yes, it's the teacher. I don't vibe with her and her methods, and it really stressed me out, but I'm doing so much better now. That's good to break hear. Was well needed, and I got back on track. Also, I didn't stream for a week, but I got back on track Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I'm streaming later today when we're recording this, and I'm excited. So it's getting much better, and I'm but today became a bit weird because my period started yesterday, and then I always get the worst cramps like the first 24 hours or whatever. And I went to bed yesterday and I was feeling okay, but it was kind of starting to hurt. But I was like, if I'm gonna sleep, I'm not gonna notice anything anyway, which is always my big mistake because it's not the first time my cramps have woken me up. But they woke me up at 3 a.m. and I was like knocked out, and I had to wake my husband up to go and heat up the wheat bag. We have like a bag of wheat, which is like something I can put in the microwave, and it's like hot.
Swedish.
Yeah, it's a bag of wheat
that we heat up and put in our stomachs.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I don't know what to call it.
I used to have those, that you could crack, and it became warm. And then I put it in my stomach.
Yeah. But it's so funny because this bag of wheat, it's like so old. Like it is, I think it's like basically as old as me.
Oh God.
Because I think my mom and dad bought it when they were together. And I've had it for my whole life.
Wow. But that's kind of nice.
It's so weird. Yeah, I mean, it works. It's
wheat
fucking
bag.
wheat. Yeah, it's an heirloom wheat bag. But yeah, so I've had a rough time because it's now almost 12 o'clock and I still haven't slept since 3 a.m. I've been up since 3.
Oh my God.
And it was funny because when it was 7 or almost 8, I was waiting because it became it was like becoming morning and stuff, and we were gonna get up to go and get the laundry. And so I was like, I might as well just stay up, go get the laundry with my husband when he gets up, and then go to bed again for a few hours. But he was like, no worries, I'll fix it, please go to sleep. So
nice
I tried that.
Nice
yeah,
boy.
but I tried that, and some other creatures in my home were not nice boyos or girlos today, because my cats decided to have a thrift race.
Oh my God.
All morning. They like woke up and decided, like, they chose violence.
They chose violence today.
And honestly, like, they don't jump up in the bed a lot, but this morning, honestly, no exaggeration, Jesus. Soma stepped on my face.
What?
He just walked across and just stepped on my face. And they like pounced on me, and they were like thrifting around the apartment, and I was like, is this because you guys know I've been up since 3 a.m.? Like, what is this punishment? What is
like,
happening?
This is the middle of the day for you. Let's play.
Yeah. So I've been up since 3. So I'm a little bit rough around the edges.
I can imagine.
Oh,
my fiance went to bed at 3, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Playing games. They've been going to bed, usually they go to bed at like 2. Both him and my brother, but lately they've been staying up real late, so they go to bed at like 3.
Damn.
So I always wake up a little bit at that point, but I don't have any problem going back to sleep. I can sleep.
Yeah.
A lot. But yeah, so you guys kind of just switched the route.
Yeah, apparently.
The universe was like, okay, one goes to bed, one needs to wake up.
Apparently.
Sorry.
Love that for me.
It was my fiance's fault.
Yeah. That's totally what it was. So that ties well into my Prattle Potion of today, because I'm drinking my matcha. So I'm getting that caffeine.
I still gotta try your matcha, I think.
Yeah, and you really do, because it's
I don't
delicious.
Hate it as I did last time I tried matcha.
I don't think you, but I know I've said this to you before, but it's so easy to mess up matcha, and homemade matcha is not the same as drinking matcha at like espresso house.
Yeah, that's
it's not
what
the same.
And it was
I
don't know why I got the feeling of like, the cheese and broccoli soup.
Love that for you.
We had in school. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but that's what it tasted like or reminded me of, and I couldn't, like, I'm not that, like, I don't care.
Picky.
No, I'm not that picky about tastes or foods or drinks. If I have a drink, I'm going to drink it, even though maybe I'm not that, like, into it, but, I have it, I paid for it, I'm going to drink it, but I couldn't finish this, so I just threw the whole thing away.
But green tea is always rough.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also have caffeine, actually. Of course, I drink coffee.
In the form of coffee.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you pure coffee.
Yeah, it's just caffeine.
It's just caffeine.
Straight up, you got a needle in your arm, and it's just like shooting.
Yeah, I'm just shooting caffeine
into your veins.
straight in.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where it goes.
What is that mug you have there?
It's a mug with a black dot on it.
I don't think I've seen that before.
I have a lot of mugs. But this is actually, I bought this mug when I worked at the stables as a stable manager. I had to have a mug, or had to, but I wanted to have my own mug in the stables that I could drink coffee out of. So I just bought this at like Lagerhaus, like a really kind of cheap interior store in Sweden.
I think you sheep. Okay.
Okay, maybe it's not anymore, but this was like 10 kronor or something.
Yeah. Okay, they do have cheap stuff for sure, but some things are not cheap.
Yeah, no.
But that's totally besides the point. They do have really nice stuff, though. I could buy everything there. Anyway, totally off track. I was just, because you usually drink coffee basically always out of the same mug. Either one of those heart-shaped mugs or the unicorn mug.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is that mug?
It's a new mug?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit. Lately, I've been, like, going through my unicorn mug. That is the I want a fucking unicorn. And then also I have a similar one that has the Halo 2 logo on it. And then I also have one with the Alliance logo on it from World of Warcraft. And I usually rotate between those. And the heart-shaped mugs, of course.
I usually rotate between our glass mugs or my like novelty mugs, I guess you would say. So I have one with Scooby-Doo, and I have one with the Targaryen crest from Game of Thrones, and also these. For those of you listening, these are like tall plastic cups from rice, and they have like tropical birds on them. They're very like kitsch.
Yeah,
I think. And I really, really love them. So I usually prefer drinking with out of mugs with an ear on them, but I usually prefer drinking matcha out of these because it contains heat quite well.
I prefer cups that don't have the ear, actually. But
I have really sensitive fingers, because I have that thing where
fingers.
But I have that thing where sometimes my fingertips crack and I have the skin shit fall off. Don't know. The skin shit falls off. I don't know. It's a weird thing I have with my fingers. I've always had very heat sensitive fingers. Yeah, so I really like having an ear.
That makes sense.
But
what's with nerdy people and novelty mugs, by the way?
It's the best.
No, but
I love it.
Why does always all the nerdy people have the mugs with all the nerdy shit on it? Why can't we just have normal mugs like everyone else?
Because we can't have normal things at all like anyone else, because it's not as fun.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes, we want to show our love and appreciation for things on the things that we own.
Yeah, that's true. True.
Anyway, do you want to get into today's episode?
Hell yeah. I'm really curious about today's episode. Yes. Really curious.
So, let's freaking get into it. So, today's episode is going to be another game recommendation episode. I made a game recommendation episode a month or two ago when we were getting the cats. I made an animal-themed game recommendation episode. Right. And this one will be, I would say, cozy/comfort themed. So nice. These are good, cozy, comfort games that you can like curl up with, like put on a blanket and just like chill a little bit. So that's what this theme will be. And last time I think I had 5 games. This time I have 10 games for y'all.
Shit. Oh shit. You out here. Shit. Oh.
So the first 5 are going to be games that I have played. The other 5 games is going to be games that I want to play or plan on playing.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
So you got you.
I got you.
And the reason Hilda said that she's excited for me to talk about this is because one of these games is a game that I really, really want to play on stream right now. Because one of the things I really enjoyed about making this type of episode last time, but also really this time, is that when I sit down and make these episodes, I do more research about the genre I'm talking about or whatever. And I myself discover new things. So it's not just that I can recommend fun stuff for you guys, but also for myself.
Yeah.
So
I actually
feel like
love like making episodes here as well, because it's just you always I don't know, I'm not a person that would delve too deep into information and stuff like that about new things or old things, games I've always been playing, or stuff like that. But when we're making episodes for the podcast, it's like I learn new things every week.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I really love that. Like you learn so many new things about things that you thought you knew things about, basically. And I really like that.
I kind of was thinking about this the other day, because I just realized I wouldn't be as excited for Resident Evil 8 if I hadn't done that episode about a new upcoming game that we did at the start.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when I was talking about it. And that's when I started reading into the lore, and I was like, oh, shit. And
after that's when you started also playing Resident Evil 7 on stream after that, right?
Yeah,
because you wanted to prep for the release of 8.
Exactly. So...
See, this podcast kicks ass.
Oh, my God.
For both us and hopefully you listening.
It kicks ass for you, okay?
Hell yeah. So, I'm gonna go through the five games that I have played myself, and I'm not gonna go crazy in detail into these because I feel like most of them are quite famous. But let's start it off. So, Stardew Valley, is our first game. Stardew Valley has made an appearance on this podcast before because I made a specific episode about mysteries and Easter eggs about this game. I will link that episode in the description down below if you guys want to
it's really
give
good.
That a listen. Yeah, I really like that episode. I don't remember what number it was, though, but it was quite early.
I don't remember, but it was quite early, wasn't it?
It was quite early, I think. But Stardew Valley is developed by Concerned Ape, and it was released February 26th in 2016. So it's been around for a little while, and again, we touched more on these details in that episode. But basically, it's a farming simulator game where you inherit a farm from your grandfather who passes away, and he gives you a letter where he's like, hey, when you feel like you want to escape the city life, open this letter, and it's an escape to a new life, basically. And you work this boring office job, and one day you just have enough, you open this letter and you go off to live your new life in Pelican Town. Pelican Town in Stardew Valley. And there you can spruce up your farm, add new buildings, learn new recipes, gather new things, but also get to know a whole bunch of like villagers, form relationships, explore things, a whole bunch of shit. Like there's a lot to do.
There is very much to do.
Yeah, and they recently released a new patch where there's a whole new content part to explore. So it's still developing, and Concerned Ape, who developed this game, did it solo. So sometimes stuff took longer, but now I believe there are 2 people working on it. I think he has help from someone if that information is correct.
He's doing everything by himself. We stand indie developers.
And I still think he like does basically mainly everything himself, but I think it's like some things he gets a little bit of help, you know. But I could be wrong on that point. But so it's a very like cozy, non-stressful simulation game where you can just form a new life. Like I really enjoy this game because it's very comforting, and it's like we talked about in the Stardew Valley episode as well. Like I enjoy getting to know the villagers and forming relationships and stuff, but it's also, if that's not your thing, as Hilda does, she mostly focuses on like the farm and does all of that, basically ignores the villagers. Like you can do whatever you feel like. You can fucking ignore some parts and only do some parts. You can do whatever.
Very just whatever you feel like, because I am Leia said, I am much more of the farming simulator part of it. I'm not very interested in getting to know the other people, and I don't want to get married, and I don't want to get kids or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just want to have a pretty farm, you know, and kill some slimes in the mine, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big recommendation.
Big. I've actually...
Next off...
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, go.
I actually got like a little bit of a Stardew bug a few weeks ago, but I haven't really done anything about it yet. So I've been feeling of starting it again, actually.
Oh, like you got a feel for it, you mean? Oh, I thought you meant a bug in the game.
No. No.
That's kind of how it sounded.
I meant more like I had a feel for it, so I will probably play it again.
Yeah.
It's fun that you're mentioning it, because now I'm like, I keep remembering it and be like, oh, I should get into that again.
For sure. Yeah. We should do a co-op at some point. That would be hella fun.
Oh, that would be fun. Chaotic.
That would be fun. Hell yeah.
But we love that.
But so next on our list is Animal Crossing New Horizons, which we've also had a very big episode on. I think it was episode 10, actually.
Was that our longest episode?
Yeah. I think it is our longest to this day, I think. But so in that episode, we actually do a deep dive into Animal Crossing. So if you guys want to give that a listen, I think it's episode 10.
Yeah, something like that.
But so it is developed and published by Nintendo, and it was released March 20th in 2020, beginning of the pandemic. It became a really big game because it was the perfect comfort game for people having to stay inside and stuff.
It was
and
perfect.
We touched more on that in our Animal Crossing episode 2.
It feels like that game is so much older than 1 year.
Definitely. Yeah.
It feels like that has been around forever.
Because when we released the episode, it was the 1 year anniversary or around there. And it feels like it was... A lot has happened. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. But yeah, so basically what happens is that you're a person... Basically what happens is that you're offered this getaway package. You get to an airport, you get on a plane, and you start your life over on a new island. I feel like this is kind of a reoccurring theme where it's like, hey, you're starting your life over. How you doing? Yeah. Like, it's very, very much a common
here,
theme.
Start your life over and just have a good time.
So, you move to this island. It's a plain, deserted island, I guess you could say, or non-inhabited island. And you move there. You have 2 villagers and Tom Nook, who's in charge of the getaway package, and also his nephews, and Isabel. Let's not forget about Isabel.
She is a belle.
So that's pretty much what you do. You build this island up, and you're the residential representative, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And you pretty much just can redecorate, collect fruits and flowers and all that stuff, and you can play some with your friends. We did quite a bit in the beginning of the pandemic, and when it was released, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was super fun.
It's a very cozy game, and it's a very non-stressful game where it's like you can play for hours and hours and hours, which I definitely did at the release. But you can also play like 10 minutes a day if you feel like. It's not a rushed, stressful game.
No, not at all.
It's so easy to adapt to yourself. Yeah.
And if you want to hear more about it, you can just head on over to our episode that we're talking for, I guess, a little bit over 2 hours about it.
And we went in depth much more about our thoughts and experiences and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So next on my list is Cozy Grove. Now you haven't played this, but you have seen me play it on stream. Yes. And Cozy Grove is a very new game to the scene because it was released on March 19th, 2021. So it actually almost exactly a year after Animal Crossing. And it was developed by Spry Fox, and it's very interesting because now when it's released, a lot of people are like, hey, if you're into Animal Crossing, you should try Cozy Grove. Because it does have the same vibe, but it's not as deep. It's not as... there's not as
detailed.
Exactly. There's not as much to do. But it's very Animal Crossing-esque, I would say.
Yeah. It's the same vibe of going to an island or a place that is kind of deserted, and you have to fix it up a little bit.
Exactly.
But that's kind of nice if you like I can feel like Animal Crossing can be a little bit too much at times, because I get overwhelmed if I feel like there's so much I can do and so much I should do, and then I just get stressed and I just don't.
But so basically the plot of Cozy Grove is that you're something called a spirit scout. And the spirit scouts are kind of like, you know, the Girl Scouts or any other scout. They pretty much earn badges and learn life experiences and usually help people and like become better people. You know, like if you help like a fucking old lady walk across the street, you get a badge, you know, whatever. I've never been a scout, but
whatever.
But you get the gist of it. But so basically the spirit scouts work the same way, where you help spirits and then you earn badges. So you're the scouts, you're the spirit scouts, pretty much. And you're supposed to go on this like almost not examination, but it's almost like a test of your scout skills, where you go to this island on a little boat and you're supposed to test your skills as a scout and help out on this island with the spirits that are like restless there. But what happens is that there's a storm and your boat drifts out at sea and you're stuck on this island.
Oh no.
With the spirits. And the spirits are
creepy spirits.
Well, no, they are not creepy. They are fucking cute as shit, bitch. I mean, these spirits are so adorable.
They're super cute.
For some reason, yes. Yeah. For some reason, they are all bears. But they are different variation of bears. So the spirit that lives on the beach is a seagull bear. But there's also like a corn bear and a gear. No, actually, I think he's a tape measure.
No, I mean like the seagull bear would be a gear.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the
sea bear.
Okay, so that's nice. And actually, recently, you haven't seen this bear, but my newest spirit is a goat bear.
Because why the fuck not? Am I right?
Yeah, right. And there's a tree, and a tree bear, of course.
Of course,
but
yes.
You basically just help them out with different tasks and quests, and you get a little campsite that you can like decorate and upgrade. And as a big fan of Howl's Moving Castle, you have a fireplace, which reminds me so much about Calcifer, because you feed it like spirit logs, and it like becomes bigger. It was the
first thing I was thinking about when I saw it. I was like, Calcifer!
Yeah, I love it. So it's very much, it's a simplified Animal Crossing almost, where it's not as rich, but that's also kind of nice because that cools down the pressure, and it's almost easier to be like, oh, this is a 10-minute or half an hour a day game, not I'm investing my whole fucking life in this game, as I did with Animal Crossing in the beginning.
I don't see the light of the sun for 2 months kind of game.
Exactly. So that's really nice if you want to have an easy game to just maybe like curl up with at the end of the day. Also, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Cozy Grove, I forgot to mention, are both available on PC and Nintendo Switch. So if you're the type of person who really wants to like curl up, sit on the couch under a blanket and just be with your Switch, which is a lot like cozier, easier, that's an option.
I feel like a lot of those games that are those simulation of gathering and building, farming, all that, it feels like most of them both exist on the Switch as well as the PC.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's easier to just cuddle down into the sofa or into bed and just relax there instead. And it's just such a good portable game to have with you, to be honest.
For sure.
And I also wanted to mention that Costa Grove has really, really nice like arts. It's very artsy. Like it looks so cute.
It's really pretty. It is.
I love the aesthetic.
Really it's
super
really
nice
cute.
aesthetic.
Really cute. It's more of a 2-dimensional, but it looks like it's drawn almost. And I don't know. It's very, very cute. Very cute.
Super cute.
So the last of the 5 first games is actually no, that's a lie. I have 2 more games. Sorry. The next game is Littlewood. Now, you haven't played Littlewood, but I have played Littlewood, and I have played it on stream. I
recognize it so much.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, but this is it's developed by Smash Games, and it was released on June 18th, 2019. And it's a very interesting game, because a lot of simulation and adventure games, they are usually or actually most adventure games are, you're the main character and you're supposed to like save the world and whatever, but this simulation game takes place after you have saved the world.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
That one.
Yes,
I love that one.
Yes, it's such a
nice.
cute game. So this takes place after you have saved the world, after you've been the hero and you managed to defeat the big enemy, whatever.
Right.
You as the main character, you've lost your memory of what happened during the big fight and before that, because that big battle made you lose your memory, and you pretty much start your life over, but you still have your friends and they try to help you regain your memory, and you have previous relationships with these people. One of them, I believe you have, actually before the fight you guys had kind of a love story, but you can choose to take part in that.
So I see.
But you can also choose to date someone else, because as most simulation games, you can choose to date people, and it's pretty much the main point of it is to rediscover the world, and also you have this land that you're supposed to build the town up again.
It's a really nice concept.
I love
the concept.
The game is so nice and so comforting, and
it's like pixel style, right?
So it's pixely, but it's not exactly like Stardew Valley, but almost. But they work a little bit more with the blocky vibe, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it's like a really good comfort game. It's I wouldn't compare it to Stardew Valley, but it's kind of the same, where you're supposed to build up like you do in Animal Crossing, but it's still, you form relationships and stuff with people like you do in Stardew Valley, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like that, because it feels like, I don't know, but it feels like it got a little bit more of a chapter storytelling vibe to it than Stardew Valley has. Stardew Valley feels more open to you do you boo, you do you when you want to. And Littlewood feels like it's a little bit more, not that you have to do, it's not forcing you to do story in any way, but it's much more telling and being like every day they're like, do you remember anything else, or do you remember this, or oh, I met you, I've heard about you, you're a great hero and stuff like that, and then you go to new places and stuff like that, to gather more things and stuff.
Exactly.
I really like the concept of that game.
I definitely think that you should try it out still, because it's really nice.
I think I should.
I'm not sure if it's available on the Switch, but I played on PC anyway, and I think it might be available on Switch, but don't quote me on that. But it's a really...
It would fit the Switch really well.
Oh, for sure. But it is a... you can build up your town again. Like I said, form relationships with people. You discover the world, and then you meet new characters who then would like to move into your town, and it's just really, really nice. I should pick up that game again because it's so cozy. I haven't played it in quite a bit, but I definitely should because damn, I like that game a lot.
And it's just the concept of it that really got me, because I don't know if there is any other game out there that would do the storytelling in the same way, where you've already done the big heroic acts and you've already been the hero, or you are the hero.
I think that's really, really cool because
super smart.
It's a very unique concept. And as I was exploring this, first of all, Smash Games that developed this game, they're a solo developer too.
It's just one?
Yeah. So Smash Games contains of one developer. I actually didn't write his name down, but it's one developer, and it's really interesting because I stumbled across something when I was looking this up. Apparently, he's working on a new game that's gonna be kind of similar. The only description of what type of game it was, it said Pokemon-like. And it's going to be either a prequel or a sequel to Littlewood. And it's called like Everwood or Elderwood or something. So I'm thinking it might like take place either after you built up the town and maybe there's another war, or it's before.
I like that.
Right? Because
concept.
I know. Because
it's mind-blowing.
I saw a little bit of an art piece for the game. And it's like TBD. There's nothing definitive about it. But I was like, wait, I recognize that character and that character because it's in a different art style. So this is a little bit more realistic pixel, because you know the little witch that I like, the crazy with Lilith, I think her name was.
Yeah.
She was like, I was like, shit, because she had like a big purple hat and she was like a little bit curvy and a little bit snazzy, you know? And I was like, oh shit, is that Lilith?
Glow up!
So that might be taking place after Littlewood, because you seem to know these characters that you didn't know before. Because like Lilith is someone you get to know during the game, you didn't know her before and stuff. So,
that's so cool.
It might be happening afterwards, and then it's like kind of Pokemon-esque. So I think that's going to be kind of cool. So that's something we should definitely keep an eye out for.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And last on my list, speaking of Pokemon, we are finishing off the 5 first games with Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee or Pikachu.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I love that game.
So, obviously, Nintendo, publisher for Pokemon, as every freaking Pokemon game, and it was released November 26th in 2018. And the reason for me choosing specifically Pokemon Let's Go is because I really enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go because of the mechanic that I know a lot of other people didn't enjoy. But first I'm gonna just recap or whatever. But so if you don't know for some reason what Pokemon is, you know, you pretty much go around the world and you collect these critters, Pokemon, and they battle each other, and you kind of want to collect the badges and become the best Pokemon trainer, yada yada.
I think we talked about this on the Pokemon Go episode a little bit too.
Yes. Because we had, so if you guys want to listen to our Pokemon Go episode, we have a little bit of Pokemon overall discussion, but we have a lot of specific for just Pokemon Go. But that is a good point, because Pokemon Let's Go, it was released a little bit after or around the same time as Pokemon Go.
Was released in 2016, I
believe. Was it 6? It's so crazy, but you're probably right.
It was so long ago.
It's insane. But so Pokemon Let's Go was released in 2018. So this came like after Pokemon Go. But they have the same mechanic where you catch Pokemon the same way. And I have to say, like, I really like Pokemon as a lot of other people. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say they hate a Pokemon game and they've actually played one. No. But, it's not every every person's cup of tea, obviously, but it's a calm comfort game. It's cute concept art, art style. It's very nice. It's not, it's very easygoing. Yeah. But something I don't enjoy about most Pokemon games is that I don't enjoy the turn-based battles, like overall. I've never really played Final Fantasy that much, and I played Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler, such a pretty game, and the story and everything's so really good, but good. I don't enjoy the heavy turn-based style, so I kind of got sick of it. It's
definitely a mood.
Yeah, I kind of got sick of it.
Either or.
Yeah, so, but what I like about Pokemon Let's Go is that it's less of that in this. Because when you run into a random Pokemon in like the tall grass where you run into Pokemon, you don't have to fight the same way before you can catch the Pokemon. And I really like that. Right? Yes, you just catch them like you do in Pokemon Go. And I like that a lot because I feel like it takes the stress I'm not gonna say out of it for some reason. Yes. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not gonna call it stress, but kind of.
I'm gonna call it stress.
Because when you run through the tall grass, you're like dodging everything because you're gonna have to like do this whole battle thing, and it bothers me because it kind of takes the fun out of the battle aspect for me too. Because when you battle another trainer or something, it becomes more fun for me when you haven't fought off like 10 other fucking random Pokemons in the grass.
Hate running through the grass and then you stop and you hear the music and you're like, fuck.
No, exactly. So I really like that about Pokemon Let's Go, where they removed that aspect where you could still catch the Pokemon, but it wasn't as battle heavy. And it's I really like the style of it. I really like
the style of like the OG games, but in a revamped version.
Yeah, and I really like because you have there are two versions of Pokemon Let's Go. You can either have Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And then you have either Pikachu or Eevee with you like at all times, and they become kind of like Ash's Pikachu in the series. So it's like your faithful companion at all time. And you can, like pet and play with them in a whole other way. I know they added the playing concept a little bit more with Sword and Shield as well, which I enjoy. But in Pokemon Let's Go, you can kind of have that more where you can actually a little bit bond with your Pokemon, and
it makes it a little bit more personal.
Yeah, Eevee becomes a bigger part of the adventure, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, me too.
So Pokemon Let's Go becomes more of like a comfort Pokemon game for me, for sure.
That's so funny because I've never thought about that game in that way, but it's definitely one of those comfort games, to be fair, because I played it when it was released.
Yeah.
It was.
You have Eevee too,
2018?
Right?
Eevee, yeah.
Yeah, I have that too.
And it was really good because they really did match the action as well as the comfort and the calming, not very stressful, very well.
Yeah.
As well as if you do have Pokemon Go, they are kind of connected in a way. You can send over Pokemons between the games.
Yeah.
So I remember the first thing I did, because I saw that someone was riding an Arcanine in the game, and I was like, I need that, and I have an Arcanine on my Pokemon Go, so I just sent him over and just was riding around on my Arcanine all the time.
Yeah, so I love that concept too, that you can combine them. For sure.
So you can feel like, okay, what I'm doing on the app can matter in the game as well.
Exactly.
It's really nice.
So that was a really cool combination, and I know some people had an issue with Pokemon Let's Go because I think it was a lot of the OG Pokemon players. I think my husband said that too. He's an OG Pokemon player. He's been playing Pokemon for however long. But it was the whole thing where you didn't do the battle. I don't think everyone enjoyed that change of strategy. I really liked it, but I understand if people didn't like it. So I understand if Pokemon Let's Go isn't for everyone, but I mean, Sword and Shield, so good. I really like Sword and Shield too. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I really wanted to take Let's Go specifically because one of the parts I personally don't enjoy is the tall grass and the constant fighting. And I definitely prefer this where it's like, hey, it's fun. I found a new Pokemon, and not, oh, I found this Pokemon for the 50,000th time and I now have to battle it. Fucking, oh. No.
Yeah, I feel like the Pokemon, like the OG fans are very like, Pokemon should never change in certain ways. And I get it, because I will probably be the same in other games that I've been playing for a long time. I get the feeling of change. For sure. That you... Changing things that you like about
that you didn't ask for.
Like the concept of that game is like, why did you change that? But
we're speaking to you, Sims 4. Yeah.
Yes. Called out. But I was also thinking, because when this game was released, Pokemon Let's Go, I was working in a gaming store where I sold gaming computers and other electronics, stuff like that, and also a lot of games. This game was probably the number one game for families and younger children, because it is quite calming and quite easy to get around. Like it's quite easy to get the hang of it, but still got the like OG Pokemon feeling. But it was really popular among families to play together and to kind of like play Pokemon. So often it was like a Pokemon OG dad or mom that came in and were like, oh my god, it's the new Pokemon, my child needs this. And it's really fitting for younger children to get into the Pokemon world. And then later on, Pokemon Sword and Shield was released, and it's a little bit more to it
OG.
than the Let's Go. So it kind of grows with the audience still, which is kind of nice. Yeah,
for sure. So those were my 5 those were my 5 first games that I have played and I have enjoyed, and I know that I can recommend because I know that I love them, you know. But the 5 next ones are games that I've only read about or seen videos of, and I'm excited about only based on other people's information, pretty much.
Interesting.
Yes. So the first game I want to talk about, I feel like you might have heard about this. It's called Coral Island. Yeah.
Yes, I've heard about this. It looks really nice.
Yes. So So the developer and publisher for this game is Stairway Games. It is an Indonesian indie developer founded in March 2019. So it's not an old company. So Coral Island is kind of like a 3D Stardew Valley where you work to fix up an overgrown farm. It has a lot of similarities with Stardew, where the concept of it is very you arrive there, you form relationships, etc.
Is it released?
So I'll get to that.
Okay, sorry.
Coral Island, unlike Stardew Valley, contains the ability to dive or scuba. It is also possible for you to meet mermaids. You can have animals on your farm just like you can in Stardew, but you like cows and stuff, but you can also have peacocks. I saw just a peacock real quick and I was like, excuse me, is that a peacock? So I think there's a whole big range of animals that you can actually have on your farm, which I think is so cool. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Like you can have the classical farm animals. That's what I'm saying. But I think you can have like, not just the basic like cow, chicken, horse stuff, but you can have like a fucking peacock. What the hell?
Peacock.
Fucking peacock.
It's a fucking peacock.
And something that I know that I've talked about with you, at least, I might have mentioned it on the podcast before, but something that I'm really excited about with Coral Island is that it actually contains a diverse set of villagers for you to be able to meet. So there are 40.
I've seen some.
Yeah, there are 40 villagers, and 16 of these villagers are possible as spouses for you. So there's a bigger selection of people and bigger possibility for you to have like more friends, and if you want to do several saves and several spouses and stuff, try out different. But
a lot of choices.
I think I mentioned this before, where I'm not the biggest fan in Stardew of how non-diverse the people are. I think there's like 2 black people in Stardew Valley, and the rest of them are basically white. And I don't like that, because I feel like it's really boring and really just
it just
realistic.
Doesn't feel very modern.
No. It's not very realistic, to be honest. I mean, sure, it's realistic to some communities, but it's also kind of maybe not a community that I would be excited about living in.
No, probably not.
But so I really, really like that about Coral Island. When I look through, it's like there are black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, white people. Like, it's a whole bunch of different set of people, and they have so many like styles, and they're more like preppy characters and alternative characters and more like handsome characters. Like, there's so many different types, and I'm so freaking excited. Like, I
love that.
Looking through their website, and I was just blown away because I've seen some people like English Simmer, I think. She plays Coral Island, and I've seen a whole bunch of YouTubers play it and try it out, and I've never really looked into it. But then I was like, I need to look at Coral Island a little bit more. And now when I was doing more research, I'm like, I need it. I want it. I want this game. But so like,
because I've also only seen like pictures.
Yeah, it's not a lot out there. But so like you asked, the alpha for this game will be released in July 2021 after being postponed recently. And the alpha is open to the ones who have contributed to the game on Kickstarter, which is where Coral Island got its start. But I believe there is like a early access situation going on, or like a beta situation, but I think that's through the Kickstarter as well, because like we talked about, we've seen a few people play this. But I think that's a smaller set of people, and then in July they will invite more people to play the alpha. And honestly, I think when I read it on their website, I think they had about like 20,000 people that were going to play the alpha now, because they have so many contributors on
and everyone
Kickstarter.
Wants to play it.
Yeah,
so
people are fucking excited,
which is great.
So cool. So judging by their current schedule with the alpha and the early access and stuff, I would guess that the final release of the game would be late 2021 or early 2022. But that's just my guess according to the schedule they put out on their website, but they do not have an official release date so far. But if you guys want to know more about this, you can go to stairwaygames.com/coral-island. Or just stairwaygames.com, and then you can just find it all there. But do check it out, because it is definitely, I'm really excited. Truly.
Yeah, it looks super good. I can't wait.
Yeah, same. So next game is the game that you were excited to hear about. Yes. Ooh. It's funny because when I was sitting down to do research about this, I had a few games that were like, I need to talk about this. Because I've heard about it from other people, and I've started watching a few YouTubers who focus more on cozy games and comfort games and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I've had it in the back of my head. But so I watched one of these YouTubers, and she was talking about a game named Röki. Have you heard about this game? Röki?
Röki?
R-Ö-K-I. So is if you guys aren't Swedish speakers, Ö is an O with 2 dots on top, and is a Swedish letter. Röki.
There somewhere, I think I read it or heard it somewhere. but I think it was only because someone just mentioned it real fast or something like that, because I do recognize that a little bit. Okay. But I have no idea what it is.
I'm really excited about this game, and this is the game that I mentioned that I really, really want because I want to play it on a stream. Because I think this is like right up my alley theme-wise. The only thing missing is basically like witches, and then we're good to go. But so Röki is developed by Polygon Treehouse, which is a developer company based in the UK, and the game was released July 2020, so it's not that old either. Okay. So Röki is an adventure game where you play as Tove, and you help her rediscover magic and mystery in the northern world, so basically Scandinavia. You find hidden paths, collect oddities, and solve ancient puzzles to travel deeper into the icy lands to find out the truth as to why there are monsters around that shouldn't be.
What? So that sounds so exciting.
I know. So Röki is a very like mysterious but also really magical. Its art style is also very clip arty-esque. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks so magical and gorgeous, and it contains a lot of elements of Scandinavian folklore, which like just sold it for me right away.
We love some Scandinavian folklore.
So you meet a troll under a bridge, and you meet this like fucking wolf spirit or something, and it's just so beautiful, and I want to play this game so bad.
I really want to see what it looks like.
It's so gorgeous. Just Google Röki, and you'll find pictures. I'm just really, really excited about this game because I really like folklore, and especially Scandinavian and northern folklore. It's gorgeous, and it's so like mysterious and magical, but still very cozy and comforting.
My God. It looks so cool.
It is so pretty.
The art style?
I know.
It is. Oh, that's hard to explain. It's really like a painting, to be fair.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Little Miss Fortune.
Yes. Oh my God, Little Miss Fortune. Yes.
I love Little Miss Fortune.
I know this is sidetracked, by the way, but the developer and stuff for Little Miss Fortune, they like hang out on TikTok quite a bit, and the woman who voices Little Miss Fortune, I see her face. I don't know if she's the developer or not. I just saw a TikTok where she said she was the voice for him, for her, so I don't know if she's the developer as well. But she's quite a bit on TikTok and makes TikTok about Little Miss Fortune and stuff, and honestly, like, I haven't played Little Miss Fortune, so I wasn't keeping track, but I had no idea that was a Swedish game.
It is.
Yeah, and it was like based, like the surroundings and stuff is from Sweden. Like she was like, yeah, I based it on my hometown.
Yeah, it's I've only seen Let's Play of it, but it's so good. The story,
such a ridiculous and funny and weird and amazing game.
Have you seen the playthrough of
it? I haven't seen all of it. I've seen bits of it, but because the thing is, I would really like to play it on stream at some point.
Please play it, please, because like even though it's really, really funny and stuff, the story is not too. It's so good. Like the story. Yeah.
And it's
the ending, everything is really good.
It's also really like, it's a weird game in that way because it's like funny, but it's also so dark.
Yeah, they make weird. Fun of a lot of dark things, but
for sure. But
it's such a good story. You have to play that on stream. I would love that.
Yeah, because I haven't seen a whole Let's Play of it. I've only seen like a few bits, but
too long either.
Oh, that's nice.
To be fair,
we like that.
Yeah, it's a good amount.
But that was a complete sidetrack. But I definitely feel like that the art style is very similar to Little Miss Fortune for sure, where it looks kind of like a drawing, but also I don't know. But
because this game, now that I'm looking at it, Röki, back at this game, it looks drawn, but it also looked like a clean 3D art.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's so hard to describe. But as per usual, you guys can see pictures of this on our Instagram, or you can Google Röki, or go to polygon-treehouse.com and you will see all the information about Röki there.
Yes.
But so I'm really excited about this game. I really want it. I really want to stream it. FML is what I'm saying about that. But so the next game is Carto. This game This game is developed by Sunhead Games and published by Humble Games or Humble Bundle. It was released on October 27th, 2020. So it is not that old. It's basically like 6-8 months old. So it's not that old.
Okay.
So this is also, I'm really intrigued by this game because I feel like this game is very unique. But so Carto is a calm adventure game which centers around a young girl. What makes this game really unique is the world-altering puzzle mechanic, which is a big part of the game. So by changing the puzzle pieces so you can put up your map, and you can change the puzzle pieces of the map, and that changes the world around you.
What?
So basically the story starts out, I think, with the girl's grandmother has this magical map, and when the grandmother's like asleep or something, the girl starts messing with the map, and that kind of makes their like plane end up in a thunderstorm or something, and she falls out of the plane with the map, and she lands on the ground or whatever the frick, and she has this map, and she can like take out the puzzle pieces and change the world around her. So it's basically, if you're thinking about what is that board game? There's a board game where
Jumanji?
No, not Jumanji.
No.
You know the board game where it's like there are some pieces that are glued down, but you can move the pieces to create a pathway for yourself. Do you know what board
I don't
game?
know that one.
Okay. Well, there's a board game where it's like you have these square bricks, and they all show like road pieces almost, and you have to puzzle them together to be able to move your character around. That's basically the same almost, where you have to kind of take a puzzle piece from somewhere on the map and switch it so she can continue her way around. And it's like a calm game still, so it's not like any
it
rush.
Doesn't sound very
calm.
cool.
No, but it's not rush or crazy. It's like an exploration adventure game, but to continue the adventure, you need to also puzzle a little bit.
That's so cool.
So Carto, the main character, the little girl, she has been separated from her family, like I mentioned, and through the map mechanic and the story that develops, you're helping her to find her way home, basically. The story is supposed to take like 5 to 7 hours to get through, so it's not a super long game either. But during that time, you will get to experience like mysterious yet peaceful surroundings. You'll meet a bunch of fun characters and learn about their different cultures, while also experiencing the cute art style of the game.
I like that.
It's a very, very cute game, and usually like you can have get to know the characters and stuff. And Carto, she doesn't really speak much. She usually mostly do like show emotion with her face and stuff like that. So you're a very passive character, and while listening a lot, and it's a very calm, cute puzzle
really
game,
like
basically.
The idea that it's not that long.
Yeah.
Because that would mean also that they put a lot of like energy into the story, that it's very connected and stuff like that. And I also, because a lot of games nowadays, I feel, at least the AA games, or what do you call them, like the big games, they're always like bragging about, it's 50 hours story, or it's like 100 hours you have to get through, and everyone is like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I'm like, that's too much for me, bruh.
Like, but that's
it's so nice to have a game. No, it's just so nice to have a game that's like you can sit down and go through in one night.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Because it's like you said, they poured their heart and soul into this focused story, and it's supposed to be a calm, easy. It's like we've talked about before. We're not the people who are like, we need to be the best and fucking fastest and do everything the super best top way. And this is just one of those types of games where it's not about winning. It's about experiencing the story, and it's about taking part of the adventure. And it's not going to take too long either. So if you have a weekend where you're sick and you usually maybe don't have time to play games, get Carto, go through it while you're sick, and you're done.
Yeah, and then you can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's a really good length of a game.
Yeah.
Because you will not feel stressed, and you will not feel like, maybe I need to go around and do this or do that, or it's just, you can really sit down and focus on the story, because it will have you pulled in for that amount of hours. I would hope.
And
I haven't played it.
I would maybe like to play this game on stream too, because it would be 1, maybe 2 streams to play this game. And it's kind of a perfect game to do when you're like, hey, I want to do something new just this week, Yeah.
Perfect.
So
5 hours, that's the regular stream.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely recommending Carto. It's Carto. And it's developed by Sunhead Games, like I said.
Carto. I thought you said
yes.
Carto.
No, so Carto. Okay. So it's
like cartography.
I think it's, exactly. I
get it.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was sitting here like, that must mean something.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Carto.
And also, like I mentioned, it's published by Humble Games or Humble Bundles, so you can always find it up through them, or I think it is available on Steam, and I think it's available on Switch.
That's nice too.
Yeah.
If you have like a long drive or somewhere, if you're gonna go somewhere, you can play that.
It's perfect. So the next game I'm gonna talk about is not a game that I would typically be intrigued by, because this isn't usually my type of simulation game, but hear me out. So this game is called Best Friends Forever. Have you heard about that?
Best Friend? No, I have not heard about that.
So Best Friends Forever is published by Alliance and developed by Starcult, and it was released August 27th, 2020. So I have a lot of, I think the year 2020 was the year for like cozy simulation games. Like, let's develop something so people can have something to do during the fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
But so Best Friends Forever is not, like I said, usually my type of thing, because it's a dating simulator. Hear me out. I heard good reviews about it, and honestly, I heard it from a YouTuber. I've seen it before, because I've seen some, like, I follow a few simulation streamers that usually focus on, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, more cozy games like these. And they have played it, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. And then the YouTuber I was watching, she was like, I usually don't do dating simulators, but this one is a little bit different. But so it got good reviews. I wanted to delve a little bit more into it, and I think I'm gonna give it a go too. So Best Friends Forever is actually the world's first dating simulator that also has a pet care aspect to it. So during the gameplay, you basically move to a new town, classic, but you also rescue a dog that you can then train, play, bond with, and like make your new BFF.
Aww.
But you also at the same time, you're like on the hunt for a new partner or whatever. So it's basically say like a classic dating sim, but
you got the dog card.
But kind of combined with Nintendogs almost.
What the fuck? Wait, what? But that makes sense though.
Right?
Yeah, because it's such a typical thing that you're like, if you see someone hot, like in the movies, there's always something like that. If they see someone hot and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go walk and see to their dog because they have a cute dog.
Exactly.
You got the cute dog card.
But so like all of the candidates or whatever that you can meet and date and whatever, they all basically have like dogs, so you can like bond and like get to meet new dogs and stuff too. And I don't know, it seemed really cute because you can train, pet, take care of your dog, but then also have that dating simulator aspect where it's kind of you create a little drama, a little intrigue, all that stuff.
Shit. Oh, a little drama.
I remember playing a dating simulator sort of game on my cousin's phone when I was like 7. It was like it was a flip phone game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. And that's pretty much the only dating sim that I've ever played, and I thought it was really, really fun. But
I've never played a dating sim, I think.
Yeah. So it's not usually my type of game, but I
No.
want to try it out because it feels like kind of a visual novel style, but you have so much more to say about it,
Yeah.
where you get that kind of almost like you're taking part in a book or a story, but you get to tell the story in a way. I don't know, dating sims are usually like that, but I feel like a lot of dating sims have only that aspect, which is kind of like meh, been there, done that, whatever the fuck. But this is like, I can adopt a dog, and I like that.
I can have a dog, so I like this game. 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
When you were talking about dating sims, that made me think, because I was scrolling through Twitch, I think a few months ago. This is a long time ago. And I got in my recommended some girl sitting and playing a dating sim. But what got me into it was that she was playing a dating sim that was called like Rat Bachelorette.
I've seen this.
It's with a kind of crappy art style.
Yeah, I've seen this because it's a girl I follow on Twitch, but she has a channel point redemption where she has to interrupt whatever game she's playing now and then play that game for like a little bit to, I don't know, meet a bachelor or whatever.
Maybe that was her. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I was looking at it and I was stuck. I was sitting there. It was like, you know what? Leia should play this.
Like, I've never seen it be played that much, because I think I saw this girl on TikTok, actually, now that I think of it. And she's like, this is a fun, interactive way where people have that channel redemption, and then I just interrupt my gameplay to play like this fucking dating simulator for like 15 minutes.
She sat and played it for an hour or maybe two, even more.
It.
She was like, when they had finished it, because it's not too long, she was like, okay, let's do it again. Let's pick someone else and see what happens. So she went through all of the rats.
I love it.
And she kind of made, so like every choice she was like, okay, who are we gonna give the rose to now? And she made the chat choose and vote for the next rat. And it was it was so good. You need to play that.
Like a rat dating simulator is like if I was gonna play a dating simulator, it's the rat one for sure.
Yes, I know.
But also definitely Best Friends Forever, because I really want to try this out, to be honest.
Please.
It has a bit of a more, almost like a comfort vibe, where it can kind of become like that guilty pleasure game where you're like, I don't want to be around anything tonight. I'm going to date some virtual people and take care of my dogs.
Take care of my non-real dog.
Exactly. So I feel like that's kind of the vibe for that game.
The rat game is, I think that would be a great Saturday night, having a glass of wine kind of vibe with your friends and be like, okay, let's just date rats.
I love it. I need to do that for sure.
I'm not sure if it was called Rat Bachelorette, but I think if you Google that, it will
Yeah, but
show
I'll
up
definitely look for it, because that sounds fucking funny. But I also really want to try Best Friends Forever.
Yeah,
so
sounds really cute.
Now I have 2 dating sims I need to try, apparently.
I love that. I love it.
But so, the last game we're going to talk about And this is kind of honestly gonna be the big finish, because this game is a game that I could cry. I'm so excited about this game.
Okay.
And I found out about this game quite a while back, but you also recommended this game to me, because when you saw it, you were like, that's Leia's game, and you sent it to me, and you were like, you need to keep your eye out for this game, Beach.
Oh my god, wait.
And that's
yeah.
What's the name, or should I say it? Do you remember?
You say it, I don't remember.
Witchbrook.
Oh yes, because I remember that moment. I was like, this is such a Leia game.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Witchbrook is currently being developed by Chucklefish, and the release date is TBD. So it's to be determined. There is no release date yet.
Okay.
So there is very minimal information about this game. It's going to be a simulation game, in that sense, and it's going to be very, in this sort of style that we've talked about. You get to meet new people, you have that. So I think definitely this goes under comfort, cozy game vibes, because, and I mean the arts, oh my gosh. Anyway, so I want to start off by reading directly from their website, because, like I said, there's not a lot of information. So there's not much for me to be able to, summarize, because the information on their website, that's it, So
I just had to take up a few pictures of it.
Yeah, and it's so pretty.
Super pretty.
But their website reads as follows. Experience the thrills and pitfalls of school life in Witchbrook. Discover a spellbinding, isometric pixel art world full of charm and intrigue in this richly detailed magical school and town life simulator. Forge your own identity as a witch in training on the road to graduation. Build relationships with fellow students and townfolk. Develop your magical abilities by attending classes and completing assignments. Participate in extracurricular activities such as fishing, growing magical crops, and foraging strange mushrooms. Master secret spells, make friends for life, and unravel the mysteries of the school. Who will be your best friend, your rival, and your date for prom?
I love that.
It's basically like a fucking Harry Potter simulator. Yes. And I can't, you guys. It's like Stardew Valley.
It's your dream.
It's like Stardew Valley, Coral Island, all those simulators where you have the simulation aspect of getting to know new people and develop your character, but with witches.
You go to school as a witch. I can't. The first thing that came up when I googled it was Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley simulator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It literally is. It looks so good.
I could cry because I'm so excited about this game, and I could also cry about the fact that they don't have a fucking release date, and I need this game now. I actually joined their Discord the other day because I want the updates ASAP.
When you do that, it's like, you're in it. You're in it to win it, because it's like that I hardly ever do stuff like that.
Oh no!
But when I finally,
my relationship with Discord.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So me joining a Discord server just because of one game for a whole developer, no, not fam.
Oh
but
shit!
I'm so excited about this game. So, like it mentioned, it is an isometric, what did it say? An isometric pixel art world. So basically everything is 3D, not 3D, but it's in a way where you see, think about a square, and you're standing in one of the square's corners watching the world. Yeah. So the houses is all from the
like the top corner of the square. Yeah.
And the art style is really nice. It's pixely, but not as pixely as Stardew Valley, but it's still a softer pixel art style, I would say, than Stardew.
Yeah, definitely.
and it just looks so good.
It's so many details. The pictures I'm looking at now, we're obviously gonna put up some pictures on our Instagram so you can see it, but I do recommend Googling this.
Yes.
As well as the Röki game, because both of them have really nice art. Like, it's really, really
Did you check
cool.
out the Carto, by the way? Did you check out?
No, I'm gonna check that out too.
Yeah, go for it. Carto. But about Witchbrook, it's Witchbrook for those of you who want to Google.
Okay, so Carto is more like, it was kind of similar to Cozy Grove, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit the same draw. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cute.
It's very, very cute. But so I'm definitely ridiculously excited about Witchbrook. I wish the release date was more than TBD.
I
but
wish
that's
it was
where we are
today.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Oh my god.
But also, fun fact, Chucklefish, the developer for Witchbrook, they have actually also apparently helped out a little bit in the developing stages of Stardew Valley. So, I mean, we have Concerned Ape, the whole main developer, but I think it was a few like tools or elements that they loaned out or helped with during the actual developing stages of Stardew Valley.
Okay, I see.
So that's kind of cool to know that they had a little bit of a hand in Stardew Valley too.
That makes sense when you look at the pictures, because there's some things that you recognize from Stardew in the way, like small details you can recognize.
But yeah, so those were the 10 cozy comfort games that I wanted to recommend for today. What are your thoughts?
I love it. I love that we both talked about games that we know, but also games that we can look forward to, as well as games that we can just delve into that we've never played before. Like, and also I appreciate that all the games weren't just a farming simulator or just like Animal Crossing-esque. Yeah. That there are actually some story games that can still have that cozy, nice, calming feeling. It's like reading a children's book, pretty much.
Yeah. You know what? I think it was Carto that kind of had the description of this is kind of like a children's book.
Oh, yeah. It kind of looks like, like the feeling of it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Because it's kind of funny when I was watching, these YouTubers that I'm talking about, the more cozy, comfort, niched YouTubers. A lot of them actually had 10 or 5 recommendations on games that's not Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, because I feel like it's very common to have those focused. When you mention do you have a cozy simulation? Oh yeah, Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. Yeah. Like it's everybody's go-to. And not to say, I mean, these are fucking fantastic games and I'm big fans of them, so that's not a bash. But it's mostly, it's the go-to games for a lot of people. And I think it's such a big niche that you can explore, and you kind of waste or you miss out on a lot of things when you just play Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing.
Because I also feel like in the way of streaming or content-wise, when you Google or search on YouTube for farming simulation, Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing is coming up straight away, because that's what people click on most often. Yeah. So people do more content because people want to see that content because that's popular. So like you said, we miss out on these small games that are amazing art style and storytelling, and it got the same vibe to it, but it's sad that it kind of gets overshadowed by the big games, or at least Animal Crossing is a big game, like AA game or whatever you call it.
I also feel like it's I wanted to include simulation and cozy, adventurous, whatever games that were similar but also different, because I want to be able to have something that kind of goes for everyone. So for example, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, probably Coral Island. Like these games, they are very open-ended. Like you could play them for just a little part of the specific story, or you can play them for fucking years on the same save because it's never gonna end. But
it's what you make of it, pretty much.
Exactly, and I think Cozy Grove is the same way, you know. But for example, Röki, Carto, those types of games, they are more like, this is a specific story, and when you're done, you're done. And I really wanted that too, because an open-ended game is not everyone's thing, you know. So a more story-focused, niched game. I feel like I really wanted to include those two. And I feel like those types of games are a little bit more also streamer-friendly, because it's easier to delve into a story in that way too, if you want to, like I mentioned with Carto. If you want to have a game that you just play for 1 or 2 streams, you can't be like, you know, I'm gonna play Animal Crossing every Thursday or whatever because we can do this for fucking ever. But this is like, this is the story, we're going through it, we're experiencing it together, and now it's done.
Yes, and I really like it, and especially now that I've just gotten through a very heavy story
for sure
with Resident Evil and stuff. I've been so interested in delving straight into more storytelling games, because I feel like I have been neglecting that part a little bit lately, at least for a few years. And I think also because I like I've said earlier, I really like Dragon Age and stuff like that. But like the latest Dragon Age, it has a great story, like a great story, a lot of lore and stuff like that. But it kind of gets overshadowed by a lot of just mundane side questing and like a little bit too complicated stats and tactics and stuff like that you kind of forget about the story. And I really enjoy a story that is so story heavy, story focused. And I do feel like these games that are a little bit shorter, that you say that you can if you want to stream or have a playthrough on YouTube, they are like the shorter ones that are so
you can pinpoint the beginning and the end. It's not as open-ended, and I feel like when I started playing Dragon Age, for example, on stream, you know, it's even though like Dragon Age is also for example, I'm going to do a better example for me. Skyrim. I mean, there is an end to Skyrim in a way, but also it's so open-ended. And I think that the games, obviously, like I haven't had the best financial situation for a few years, so I haven't really been able to buy a lot of new games and keep that up. But I think a lot of the common aspects of the game that I play is that they are all so open-ended. I play Sims, I play MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, ESO, I play Skyrim. You know, they're all so, you know, there's always something to do in the same game. So that kind of neglects, like you said, that you don't experience any new games.
No, you kind of get stuck in the route of just playing the same games, because it's popular to release open world games that never really have an ending, because you can do whatever for how long. And it's just, I like again, Resident Evil 8 did a really good job on just having a very story heavy, but you also could, like, there was a lot of parts where I was just deciding to, I see another path, I'm gonna go down here. But that doesn't mean that that's gonna take 3 hours. That's more like, you don't have to go there, but you know, you can get some fun out of it.
It's honestly just a little detour and not like a fucking see you never sort of situation.
So it never felt like, when I had done that, it never felt like, I don't want to do that again. I'm just gonna focus for the story, because I'm just gonna get lost again. It very much felt like they focused 90% on the story and then like 10% on a little bit more secrets and stuff like that, but you don't have to, and it was just fine. And I really enjoyed having such a story heavy. So like Carto and Röki really looked interesting.
For sure.
I think that would right up my alley too.
That's what I'm saying. Like I play a lot of open-ended games, and I really love open-ended games because I like finding out everything about it. So again, it's nothing against that game or any of those games, because they are my favorite fucking games, so I'm not going to say anything about
absolutely nothing
that.
against it.
But it's kind of nice to have sometimes experiencing a new world, a new story that you've never gone through before. Then you go through it and then you're done.
Yeah.
And that's
it is
really
nice. It is nice.
So I really want to try basically all of these games, but I'm mostly excited about Röki for sure, and Coral Island. When that's fully released, I'm probably gonna get it. I'm probably not gonna get it before that because I'm not usually a alpha beta sort of person. I'm like, when it's done, I want experiencing the whole thing. Also, I really want to pick up Littlewood again, even though that's not very, it's very open-ended too. But I feel like I need that as a comfort game again, for sure.
Yeah, but Littlewood kind of got that nice mix that we also mentioned.
Yeah, because it does have a bit of story, for sure.
Yeah, and it got quite, like, focused on the story, but also please build our village at the same time. It's very 50-50, I feel like. At least from what I've seen from your streams.
Yeah, but I do agree. And I don't think it's a secret that I'm fucking excited about Witchbrook when that comes out, so...
Of course not. Witchbrook, and as well as the Harry Potter game, whenever that comes out. The Harry Potter game? The one with the...
Harry Potter,
The one that you are going to the school. You know?
You mean the actual Harry Potter game. I was confused because you said the Harry Potter game, and I was like, that's Witchbrook. But
Oh, yeah. No.
Because we did the comparison. Too. Yeah, the real Harry Potter game. Yeah. But that was this week's episode, Hilda. I hope you enjoyed that and the recommendations. And I hope you guys listening, I hope you found something new, fun, interesting that you might be excited about pick up. Down in the description, I'll have a list of the games and some links to the websites for the games or the developers. And of course, as always, you can find pictures on our Instagram. You can find the podcast on Spotify, on YouTube, and on SoundCloud.
Heck yeah.
Heck yes. But
heck yeah.
Any last words? I was about to say, like, I was gonna fucking kill you or something, but do you have anything else to add?
The last word I'm gonna say is moist.
Oh shit, she out here picking a fight with people. Alright, well, that's this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next week again.
Hell yeah, see you, take care.
Bye.